New York, what's up, New York? Listen, we in New York, right? This is hip hop. This is hip hop.
Welcome back to another episode of Crash the Industry. And today we are here with a very special guest. She is a natural talent, a creative force, and a true representative of culture, community, and comedy. Born and raised in the heart of New York City and rooted in the proud Afro-Caribbean heritage, she's been making waves as a comedian, an artist, a writer, producer now, and a recording artist. Whether she's lighting up the stages at comedies in Harlem or on Broadway Comedy Club, or delivering heartfelt bars in her new single, Mama, this woman brings realness, resilience, and rhythm to everything she touches. From the 116th Street Festival stage to the Puerto Rican Day Parade floats, and now to the Crash the Industry chair. She's the kind of artist, comedian, overall great person you don't forget. Her energy is unmatched, her wits razor sharp, and her grind is undeniable. She is the definition of crashing the industry. So Crash the Industry family, let's show some love for the one and only Black Rose.
Ooh, mijo, you guys were not preparing me for all of that. I'm over here like, am I gonna smile or am I gonna cry after all of that you guys just said, which is true.
Everything is true.
But thank you so much. Oh my God, we finally were able to get the schedule work, right?
Yes, you know, like you said when we were coming here, you said you asked to get busy, so you can't complain about it.
We cannot complain. We asked to be busy. We asked for this journey, and I feel like, you know, it's definitely happening even faster lately.
Yes, some things are taking off quicker than you expect.
Yeah.
So when I think of Black Rose, I remember meeting you at 116th Street, and you guys were just off doing skits and having fun. What was it that made you want to do comedy in the first place?
I believe it's not something I actually ever thought of doing. I came from a background of theater. So I did theater and I sang in church. That's what I pretty much grew up doing, and, you know, very light modeling, because I was like super thin.
Okay.
And I think it's just my environment, cracking jokes and being maybe a bit of a tomboy growing up and being around that type of environment and growing around certain things that I didn't want to be around. So I put myself in a lot of things in school. So I was in everything, whether it was music, choir, dancing. That gave me like tough skin. So it's like me learning how to snap back at people, because we used to get picked on. Mm-hmm. And then I got good. And then my friends one day, like one of my friends later on in the game was like, I want you to do skits with me. And skits led to stand up. That's just a quick little thing.
So you said something I didn't read in your bio. This is why I never really read bios, because it doesn't work for me. Mm-hmm. You said you studied the arts.
Yeah. So
you studied theater.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was that like, and how does that help you do what you do?
So I was about 8, 9 years old. I grew up in Harlem, so this was me going to school, PS 192, and wanting to be in a lot of the programs there in school. And my godmother / cousin, because, you know, my mom had me when she was older, saw that I was interested in the arts, and they put me in Saturday school at a theater.
Okay.
At the American Academy of Dramatic Arts downtown. So I would have regular school Monday through Friday. Saturday I had theater, and Sunday I had Sunday school.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. That's why Frankie Quinones is holds you in high regard, because I guess
Mm-hmm.
you used that
Mm-hmm.
skill in the films you did with him.
They gave me I actually played 2 roles. It was so funny. I was the wife of someone that owns the food truck, which you guys will see. Shout out to JP Justice. He's a well-known comedian, and that's how I got to meet him. And Frankie, I just love him, because every project, we always start with prayer and we end with prayer. And it's very, very important. I grew up Catholic, and now as I've gotten older, I do connect more with what I feel is my African roots. So I study Yoruba, or people will call it Santeria, but I'm very universal with my energy. I believe in taking care of Earth and projecting great energy towards other people and learning how to protect yourself.
Nice. Now that you say that, Frankie said that to us, and he blessed us with a beautiful prayer at the beginning of the show. And not to be funny, since he said that prayer in that chair, this show has just gotten all sorts of recognition from then.
He's amazing.
And we haven't even posted it, I don't think.
There's nothing like prayer.
No.
There's nothing. You have to have faith in something. You have to know that there is a higher power. And when we connect to higher power, everything works out for a reason. Sometimes the things that don't happen for us, that is higher power protecting us, right?
Because we're not ready for that probably at that moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you had touched on this before I went backwards to something else. When did you start writing scripts or skits for your online content, and what inspired that creative direction?
So I've always worked, ever since like a little girl, I would either pack groceries, anything to kind of help in the house. And I was working during that time in T-Mobile after having like a background of managing gyms. And I was working at T-Mobile, and I met through my son going to school in Harlem, because I was living in the Heights, but my son was going to school in Spanish Harlem due to a program that I had available to have better education for him. And I met Commodore.
Mr. Commodore?
Mr. Commodore. So I used to hang out with Mr. Commodore. We all used to come to the Heights or go to Harlem, and he used to tell me, like, I want a girl to play, like, the girl roles. I don't want to wear the wigs anymore. Like, I need a female to play these roles. So that's how that started. And Commodore introduced me to Ken Stars. And I ended up working, and we're also working together. It's just people are now busier. But it's been like, I want to say 10, 12 years that I was doing the skits.
What was it called? The Vines? Since the Vines?
Since the days of the Vine. Yeah, Vine was another app. Those were like shorter videos,
shorter
and then we
clips.
came into Instagram. So yeah, I did have Instagram since back then.
Got you. So when and how did you get booked for your very first comedy gig? Walk us through that moment.
Stand-up, that was once after already having like 8, 9 years doing skits and doing some off-Broadway sketches through shows like Hilarious, shout out to Rachel La Loca. So I got a lot of background in learning how to write and actually do sketches for the stage. And then Chris Grant, well, actually Nueva York first told me, you should do stand-up. Link up with Tommy 5K. He has this thing every Thursday. It's like a 3-minute competition. It'll help you. I thought about it. Chris Grant then had an open mic on Women's Day.
Okay.
And that's the first day I hit the stage. I did 5 minutes, and it's kind of like freestyling, but it worked. And that's what he said, this is your story. You take care of your mom, and you're a single mom that takes care of your mom.
Real life always hits more.
Real life, yeah. And your mom is, my mom is so sabrosa. It worked out.
Got you. So now you said that on your off-Broadway shows, they brought you in on the writing process, so that's how you learn how to write the scripts?
Yeah, that's because when we do the skits and sketches, you could write something. We all know you need like the beginning, the middle, and the end. What's gonna be the funny thing at the end? And you got to break it down that way. So I've always been very good with improvising. Okay. Very like natural and quick to pick up or like say something witty. But when you're writing for a show that you're putting on, like an hour-and-a-half show with different actors, people playing different characters, you do need to learn how to write. Write the characters, write, the feeling, the essence, is this interior, is this exterior, what's the feeling? So I learned a lot doing those shows for those few years, that then I feel stronger now to eventually write my own story.
Got you.
And not just show comedy, show a little bit more.
A little more depth.
More depth. Mm-hmm.
Got you. So from that to the 116th Street stage and festival, what was that like? Because that's a powerful cultural platform. How did performing in a place like that and getting on that stage work?
I love him. Shout out to the whole crew at 116 Festival. Jerry, Calvin. I love them. They got to know of me because of all the skits and sketches that I did, mostly in El Barrio. And I did that movie, Chained the movie, which was also in El Barrio. So I have a lot of love, and I feel very connected to the people in El Barrio. I am Dominican. So I'm like their one Dominican girl that, you know, they call the honorary Bori now. I'm like the honorary Bori. And through, I think them seeing who I am, how I am, my genuine connection to love and people, and my activism, standing up for the things that are right for our people, really caught their eye. And different people, it's just like, I meet you, I want you to meet this other person. Then I met this other person, and all of a sudden,
connecting of the
I'm
dots.
helping in the committee of the 116 Festival. And we're preparing right now for the 40th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. And I love it. We get to like sit down, see all the young artists audition to perform, and we get to be there and see just the experience. And it's just so beautiful to see like the people that recognize me.
I started
yeah.
laughing because when you said getting to see all the artists perform, I remember you guys did a skit.
You saw that one?
Because when you did it, believe it or not, I immediately knew where
Yeah.
it came from without speaking to anyone.
Okay.
So sometimes when they don't get picked, they break down and cry.
Listen, the thing is that everything is about, you know, being able to educate our people. And sometimes people are very excited and eager to show their work. But you have to remember that this is a community event. So you can't be up there, you know, saying certain things or cursing too much or just coming
Or
too
revealing
off.
too much.
Yeah, you can come too off the wall. You know, we love diversity and everybody being themselves, but certain things are not for certain stages, and you gotta.
Yeah.
So we kind of just poked a little fun about it. It's all in fun and game, but it's also educating people. Like,
But it was hilarious.
clean music when you're ready to perform for the 116 Festival. It is a family-oriented event.
Absolutely. So, like, we have that here, where we will know someone and be like, you know, you're a dope artist, but your music is not for this at the moment.
Yeah.
You got to get clean music, and you might have to put just a little bit more clothes on, like, because it's not that this is just 100% a family show, but we do have an image that we want to uphold.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, we want to be held in the classier TV shows, you know?
Did you guys see the Met Gala?
Yeah.
Did you see the theme?
Pianos.
It was that. Yeah, he did pull up with a piano on his back and a garbage bag. It's a deeper message. It was very, it was dapper, right? And that was basically the way that our black brothers and sisters and brown brothers and sisters, especially in Harlem, were able to stand up for themselves. It was like them advocating for who they are by dressing up, by getting very dapper, by having these hats and the hair. So I loved the theme. I love how black the Met Gala was.
It was beautiful.
This time around.
It was some hilarious outfits, but
there was some interesting outfits,
it was
yes.
some interesting
But
choices.
I love the message behind it.
So how did performing at places like Comedy in Harlem and the Broadway Comedy Club shape your confidence and voice as a comedian?
We always are looking for a place that feels like home or like a home base to us. And me being born and raised in Harlem and just remembering that maybe 10 blocks away from where we now have a black-owned comedy room, the one and only black-owned comedy room uptown, you know, it just feels good to feel welcome there and get on stage to perform for our people, people that get our stories. I love it. And, you know, then also shifting to what they call the quote-unquote industry rooms, which is totally different, like a Broadway comedy club. That's more downtown. That's more what they call the industry room. Industry room for a reason. There might be a lot of tourists. There might be a lot of Caucasians, you know,
Yeah.
people that might not get our jokes. But, you know, there's always that
that chance.
Yeah, but no, there's always this thing that people think that you have to make it only through the industry rooms. But, you know, people opening up places like Comedy in Harlem shows that we could have that uptown.
Absolutely.
We could have that, and it could be a respected place where stars come from. So shout out to the whole crew at Comedy in Harlem. You know, Jamie and his wife, they're amazing.
Absolutely. So you're also a producer and writer. When did that side of your creative journey begin, and how does it differ from being on stage?
You get to have control of what you want to put out to the world. And I also learned with producing the comedy shows now. So shout out to Product from La Bodega. Him and I have partnered up to produce some comedy shows here in the Bronx in a very exclusive location that looks amazing. It looks like outside inside. It's
Product
a whole
is my
movie
guy.
set.
Product is my guy.
It's like a whole movie set, and we have something so upscale in the Bronx. Let's show the world what we can do. So becoming a stand-up comedian, coming from the IG world to stand-up, to me, I love it because it's shown how much I've grown. But we do get pushback for being what they call just IG comedians. They might not respect us as much, so you do have to work harder. You might not get on certain stages as much, or they might not want to pay you as much. So what am I going to do, complain?
Absolutely.
Or no, just start producing my own shows and keep growing, because I think people forget I've only been doing stand-up for 6 years compared to people that have been doing it for decades.
And what you just said right
Yeah.
there is the definition of this show is crashing the industry.
Yeah.
They don't want to give you, they don't want to open the door for you. You open your
Yeah.
own door.
You have to open your own door.
You have to. So now that you said that with the comedy and the stages, I wanted to know, like, how many films have you been in so far, and what kind of roles have you played?
I did Chained the movie, which was my first lead role by Deborah Cardona. And it was basically a story of her life with a few different things changed, obviously, and they're a true story, based on a true story. And I played a drug dealer Puerto Rican lady. I was selling the drugs in El Barrio, and I got locked up and stuff, you know? A lot of stuff was happening. And then I did things like 124 web series with Commodore. That was something very popular in Harlem, and some background work. And I know I don't want to make it seem like it's nothing, like it's so like, oh, it's just background work, because I do appreciate the experience of seeing this bigger production. But I did West Side Stories and In the Heights.
Yes. So that opened your eyes to what could be.
Exactly. And then there's other small projects like Divine Intervention. I've always been big with working with my friends, so
now
I'm in a lot of small projects. I have a lot of cameos out there.
So now being on set with that bigger project, did that inspire you to do more? Do you prefer being in front of the camera, or do you prefer being behind the camera when it comes to the storytelling?
That's such a hard question to answer, because I love being in front of the camera. It's very fun to me. I'm not shy. I feel like I could deliver the stories that we're trying to put out. But as I get older, there's being able to write and produce, you have just a bit more control about how you...
And longevity.
Yeah, like how you see things. I mean, the message that you're putting across. So I'm going to be honest, it is a hard question for me to answer. I don't think I have a favorite. It's just like people telling me, what do you prefer, to do music or to do comedy? I just love creating. And I very much let my soul do what it wants. So you might hear me do music for a little bit, and then you might not see that, and then you're just going to see Rose on stage. And then maybe you don't see Rose at all for a few months.
Well, being
like
that
I
you...
do what I want. Like I don't put pressure on myself.
Well, being that you brought that up, that's a good way to segue to this. What you did comedy, you did the scripting for skits, you did movie and film. What made you want to dive into music, especially with your debut single, Mama Just Dropping?
I've always done music. That's why I am Black Rose. That was the artist name. That was my stage name as a female MC, and I did a lot of showcases. I made a lot of rounds. I did have like a video that I did before. I just did not like the business of the music industry and just being a female. Yes, I can sing, but I was rapping more. So it's just hard being a female in some of these industries when you're not willing to like do certain things to get the fame. I'm not selling my soul. Back then, they might have wanted me to be more sexual than I was ready to be. I think everything I did, I wanted to make sure it's something I'm comfortable with. So I stopped doing it for a little bit. But I love creating. I love sounds. I love music. I love expressing myself through music. And I've always, no matter what, every 2-3 years, drop a song. And the recent one is called Mama, which I'm so proud of because I wrote about feeling strong, being protected. Don't come for Mama. Like, don't come for God's children.
Child, yep.
Do not come for us. We're very protected. Leave us alone. You know, no matter where we go, we're going to have our presence there. We're going to shut it down. And it felt good to do it in DR.
Gotcha.
During
You
my
took it
birthday
home.
with my mom and my brother there. Shout out to my boy Dean Huertas. He flew in from Puerto Rico to like hang out with us, and I just got to experience DR like I've never experienced the Dominican Republic before. Going to the rivers, going to that beautiful beach, and to find, shout out to Swan for connecting me with everyone out there in the Dominican Republic. From New York, he connected me to that great producer, Rubio
Beautiful.
Films. Shout out to them. It was so dope.
Dope. So now you mentioned about the industries and having to be over-sexualized. So I remember I was trying to get you on a show, and somebody was like, yo, you better get her before X, Y, and Z. So you step away from it from time to time, but then I heard like, you got to get Black Rose before she does Playboy. If she does Playboy, she's out of here. Did that ever come about?
Playboy did hit me up. I am in Playboy now, but
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. Cause people see that I do yoga and that I'm so comfortable with my body and that I'm body positive. You know, I'm like, nothing against the girlies that do surgery. People gotta do what they gotta do for themselves. You know, like it is what it is. I am a natural female, and I've always worked out and always done yoga. So people always wanted me to do OnlyFans, and nothing against the girlies that do OnlyFans, but it's just not what I wanted in my resume because I want bigger things. I want bigger production deals and branding, and I know right now that's not something that would have benefited me. Just unfortunately, OnlyFans has become super sexualized because anyone could have OnlyFans. This
Could be an OnlyFans.
could be an OnlyFans. It's a place where people have fans and they get to go there to see exclusive content. But then Playboy hit me up because of the yoga, and I did it for a month and a half. I don't mind being sexy, but I don't know how to do this every day posting on that website. Like, it's just not my thing. I do it more like a comedian, funny, like jokey. It's very like
But
just
the thing
sexy
is,
pictures.
you took the opportunity.
It's Playboy. It's iconic.
Yes,
Playboy
it
is a
is.
different level. It's not.
It's not any old magazine.
Yeah, and it's not what people. It's a forum now, and it's not what people used to do before. Like, you know, like from what I see, it's just girls modeling in lingerie. It's basically just like Victoria's Secret and Fenty energy, because
So-
Fenty is the one that we need. Victoria's Secret, get out of here. Move over. Rihanna's taking over.
So, with that being said, you're very conscious of a lot of things that you choose to do and choose not to do, and you said
Yeah.
you're very energy based. What would you tell the next Black Rose coming up? What would you tell the next young girl? Give her advice to guide her through the journey to make the right decisions.
I would even like say it to my younger self, right? We doubt ourselves. So to all the young girls out there, no matter what you're going through, because everybody has different walks of life, believe in yourself, experience life, stay active, do things that water you, whether it's painting, drawing, listening to music, or journaling, things like that, things that pour back into you whenever you're feeling some type of way is very helpful. Learn to meditate, learn to pray, and life might be hard, but everything happens for a reason. You know, this is all just to prepare you for your bigger path and what's for you. What's for you is for you. Lo que es tuyo, nadie te lo quita.
And before we get out of here, you got to make sure you give them your information, how to reach you, how to get in touch with you. But what's next for Black Rose? What does Black Rose have coming up or coming down the pipeline in her career?
Definitely, I'm going to continue rocking these stages. Make sure you pull up to La Bodega. Doing a show every month during the summertime. Next one is May 15th. I'm not sure when you're going to drop this, but other than that, more collaborations with great people. I'm all about collaborating with some friends. We're writing some roommate series out there. Shout out to Chris Sosa and Sasha Merci. And I'm going to be honest, you know what I really want to do? Simple things. Just go on vacation with my friends. Just sip margaritas in the beach.
Okay.
I want to live and enjoy life. I feel like I've worked so hard that right now this summer,
You're ready to relax.
just gonna produce my shows, and everything else is just things that I might be working for towards next year.
Got you. So tell everybody how they can get in touch with you, how can they book with you, how can they partner up with you.
Shout out to Crash the Industry first. Make sure you guys tune in always. You could catch me on Instagram, I am Black Rose NYC. YouTube, the same, I am Black Rose NYC. I don't do all the other apps, I'm gonna be honest. It's too overwhelming for me, I don't know. You guys could email me at iamblackroseny@gmail.com.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming through.
No, thank you.
And
Thanks for having me.
We got some work to do. We got to partner up on a few things.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You're talking about comedy shows, right?
We'll do something.
Maybe I bring some friends over here on the stage. What do you guys think?
I think that will work. And we'll be back with Crash the Industry in a few.
This is hip hop. This is hip hop.